Today's episode is about starting over. Wait, I'm going to start over. See, right on the beginning. All right. Welcome. Today's episode is about starting fresh, adapting, and thriving. The Outer Banks is a tough place to make a living professionally. It's a tough place to live. It's a resort town. Everybody, we hear all the time, people that come here, I wish I could live there. People want to live here. It's a beautiful place. It makes sense. But with that comes a really high cost of living and a lot of competition. And imagine that after moving halfway across the world and starting completely fresh and still thriving. That's what today's guest has done. With us, Yuliya Hristov. Hristov. I always get that wrong, even though I've known her for a long time. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm super excited that you've agreed to join us finally. Yuliya has very successful real estate business. You and your husband have developed Airbnb business. Mm-hmm. Talked a little bit about that. And all the time you've got 2 boys, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct.
I'm sure really well behaved and easy to handle.
I wish.
And you're doing great, and you're from Belarus.
Correct.
So I'm really excited to have you on the show. We've talked a lot about it. Can you start just how'd you get to the Outer Banks from Belarus? Start a little bit about your life in Belarus growing up and how you got here.
So I'm from Belarus, and I grew up in the capital of Belarus, which is Minsk. And it was a big town, big city, 2 million people. So I'm a city girl from beginning. And at some point, a lot of local businesses were trying to get workers as like J1 students. And we have this kind of programs in our country. And my sister, she was the first one to leave. And she came back after the first summer. She was a different person. It was crazy. And then she left the second time. She never came back. And she was already in States for at least 5 years. And then I thought, well, maybe it's my time too now. But when I came here, I knew I was going to stay.
Here in the Outer Banks or United States?
So why Outer Banks? Because this was my sister, she was here before. And she said, if you want to make money and actually save them, because there is nothing here to spend the money on, right? There is nothing like no shopping, no big entertainment. What you can do, like go to the beach and go party. That's it. So go here. And I had a job offer from the local restaurant in Kerala.
So is she here also?
No, not right now.
Okay.
No.
She left. She did come to the Outer Banks.
Yes. It was basically more about the job offers from that kind of businesses to this kind of programs. You go there and they give you the options where you want to go. Let's say it's Florida, some amusement parks, or maybe, gas stations or whatever. So that was one of the options is Outer Banks.
Unfortunately, with the housing issues that we have here, that's a lot less prevalent. 25 years ago, we had a lot of foreigners working here. I remember
it was 15 years ago. It's not that long.
15. I know. I'm older. Sorry. I've been here a long time, 30 years. But that is a lot of people have gone to Airbnb, and we'll talk a little bit about that, but it's a lot less people coming here, wouldn't you say?
Right now, yes, for sure. Back then, that particular restaurant had an employee housing, so it was no problem. And it was a smart move for them to have it. They had it for a long time. It was set up as a employee housing with different levels, different rooms, a lot of fresh bathrooms and things like that. So it was okay.
It's interesting. I tell my kids who grew up here, they're in their 20s, to leave because it's so hard to make and save money here. Mm-hmm. So you had a completely different view. So tell me a little bit about, I don't know, let's go back and just growing up in Belarus. What are the big changes? It's a city.
Oh, damn.
So that's a big change.
Oh, gosh.
Right there, but just the cultural differences.
So Belarus. Okay. So it's Eastern Europe, right? So it's not your cute type of Europe that you think. That's a harsh part where people are gloomy and everything is gray. And in order to succeed, you have to either be born in a family, with some connections, or maybe you have to have extreme talent in order to make it to make it in general. So if you're just an average person, you're just going to be just living literally from paycheck to paycheck. Just as example, both of my parents doctors. And to be doctor in my country, it's not like being doctor here. They didn't make much money. It was a very respectful job, no questions. But I was working at a gas station back in Belarus, and I was making maybe a little bit less than my mom with 25 years experience as a doctor. So you can see it, and it's changing now. Is totally different. I'm sure. I don't know what's going on now. I know.
It's not far from Ukraine and Russia, right?
Yes. So it's right in the middle between Ukraine, Russia, and Poland. Yes, we have our own language. So I speak Russian, but I also have we have Belarusian language, which is a little bit different than Russian.
I did my research. I read about Belarusian, and I wondered which, but I knew you spoke both, I guess.
I don't speak Belarusian language at all. I can read and write. I just don't. I mean, I can speak. There is nowhere to speak. No one speaks. It's a choice.
Oh, okay.
It's a choice. So whoever speaks Belarusian language, not because they grew up with the Belarusian, it's a choice, literally.
And without getting into the politics, I just assume it's really stressful if you think back what's going on.
Oh my gosh,
with Russia and Ukraine.
Yes. So my father, he's a military doctor. So he's from Ukraine, and he ended up in Belarus after he finished the military academy. So most of my relatives are actually Ukrainians. So, and actually the Russian part of Ukraine.
So when did you get here on the Outer Banks?
2010.
10. And you met your husband here.
First day.
And he's also from Belarus.
No, he's Bulgarian.
I'm sorry.
He's Bulgarian. Yes. You should know about that.
I know. I don't remember things.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So you met him the first day. Wow.
Correct. Yes. It was employee housing, and he worked in the same restaurant, but he was also already having his pool business, and he was cleaning pools. And that particular house had a pool. So he was cleaning pool that day when I arrived, and we met. And it was not good.
Well, we won't go into that.
Yeah.
He still is in the pool. He's got his own pool business.
Correct. Very successful pool business. Yes.
And when did you get into real estate? I know Yuliya. I'll back up a little bit. I've known 10 years, maybe a little bit less than that. Through real estate, we worked together in the same office eventually until you left. Then I left. What got you into real estate?
So the story was like that. I was in college here, and I was enrolled in accounting classes, and I was doing great, straight A, and I love numbers in general, and I have a mathematical, how can I say?
Brain.
You know what I mean? Brain, yes. Numbers, good for me. But something didn't click, and I went to the internship of the summertime for the biggest company here, and I absolutely hate it. And most likely I hate it because it was a 9-to-5 job, and I just couldn't wait to go. I was like looking at the clock all the time. It was so bad. And I would start thinking, what can I do that kind of allows me to not to be in the office, but at the same time to be, maybe outside, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, what's happened, I would start looking at the jobs, and I was thinking about maybe surveyor, because you just, you pay per piece. That's what
right.
I didn't want to sell my time. I want to sell my knowledge. It's a different type of, money. So, and then I went to, I was fascinated with architecture and like building plans and blueprints, and I was looking at that. So I went to college, I started classes on that, and this is the time I got pregnant with my first child. And I kind of put it on pause, and I thought, well, if I want to be successful, plan maker, and what's the word for it, I need to have access to the houses so I can have understanding how it works and what's different, types of properties and things like that. And I took the class, the real estate class, and once I sit there, it was just clear from that day. This is what I want to do. It was just like perfect for like everything. So it's you don't have to be the office, but if you want to be the office, you can, right? You work it with people, but it's not like a mass service. It's like one-to-one service, which is a huge difference. Also, you look in the beautiful properties, and I love the numbers. So numbers also involved. I like organized. There is organizing everywhere, like a document. Oh my gosh, that's my thing.
Yeah, one of the things we've talked about is how different we are. Just, I think I have an analytical side, but then you get that organized part, and that's kind of where I fall off. And with clients, I've seen you do it. You will have spreadsheets everywhere. You'll have every single house with each one analyzed, and it's great for buyers because you've just got the whole, have it all outlined. And sometimes when I come across buyers that are analytical, I try to give them to Lynn, my partner. Just 'cause I'm more of a big picture person, but I think that's one of your strengths, or I know it is, in real estate, and you work with a lot of investment buyers. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
And that's led to Airbnb.
Yes. So this analytical or number-based approach sometimes harm me, because when you see the numbers, it could be very disappointing.
You might be too not truthful, but it's more just the harsh numbers, and then it kind of gets rid of the excitement maybe for the buyer.
Correct. And I had buyers who would not buy because they actually realized the numbers. And I mean, at least I'm honest to them and to myself. I would feel horrible if there's a horrible numbers and I would not show it to them or like explain.
One of the most frustrating things that Lynn and I know same with you, especially in our market over the last 5 to 6 years, when you have a booming market, you'll get certain rental companies, not all of them at all. In fact, it's probably a minority of them, but some of them will just say, like, what do you need the rental numbers to show when we get projections, when we have, costs? And we're just like, we don't want them to show anything. We want to know what the house is going to do, because you're right. You're putting somebody into $500,000, $1 million, however big the house is. It's a big investment, and you don't want them to get in over their heads. And that's what we saw in 2008, 2006, 7, in that range, where people really got upside down. I think agents are more knowledgeable. Buyers are more knowledgeable on their own. You could look a lot of stuff up. It's all available, which helps. So you have your own Airbnb business. Is that right? You manage some?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that and what you look for. What is a good investment property?
Oh, okay. So I have my own strategy. So real estate is safe, but you can be even safer in the real estate, right? So I don't spend more than $400,000 for a property. So of course, right now it's hard. So basically, it's the price ranges for the smaller house. Yeah, I'm not doing anything more than 3-bedroom, because everything 4+, it's a party house, most likely.
I love
of
that.
Course, not like party, but you understand it's 2 families. Once 2 families in one house, no.
So I love that, because obviously the 2-family, 3, 4-family houses work, but you need peace of mind. You need, for the investor, when people ask where should they invest, it's like, well, where are you comfortable? And that's what yes. I love that you've stuck with that, because even though you and your husband both have really good businesses, you probably could have pushed that number at certain times, certain years. You've had great years, but you've been strong on that. You've never gone over 400,000.
No. So if I would have $1 million to invest, and I would buy 3 condos somewhere in west side of Kildeville Hills, either 2 houses, small one. I would never put all the money in one house. Never. Because $1 million house, it's in current rates, $6,000 at least, right? What else could you do with this house if it's not rented? With my small houses, I can do the long term. I can still do employee housing. I resell, and the small houses will sell faster than the huge one. You see what I'm saying? So it is safer, in my opinion.
Oh, I get it. And we just talked about a hotel project I've been involved in that I've talked some on this podcast. We're going to talk a lot more about it in the future, but it's you kind of blinked when it's $20+ million,
That's a different story. It's
It
not
is,
like
but it
one,
still makes you very nervous.
I
And
understand.
it certainly is an investment.
Mhm.
It's going to be awesome, but it does make you nervous.
I'll tell you the story. This year, we had a fire in one of our properties, and it was locked for at least 3 months or 2 months. And what if it would be a bigger house with this kind of problem? And the insurance company does not cover, I mean, it depends, of course, for your potential rent, just the rent that is going to be there if it's already booked. You see what I'm saying? So if it's like in the beginning of season, it is no bookings, you screwed for the whole season.
Right.
So you have to also check about the insurance as well. But with the bigger houses, it's a bigger house, bigger problems for sure.
So I want to get a little bit to your humor when we work together, because I want to go back to the kids, but I think they go together. You have to have a good sense of humor raising kids, I would think, especially here and when you're both working. But one thing that's so interesting, talking about the challenges, and when you come to a new country, new language, you speak English great, but it's not your native language. And when the first couple of years, when Yuliya was in the same office as I just thought she was just serious, no sense of humor, just always just serious and doing her work. She would smile once in a while, but not that often. But when I got to know you more, and it's something I never even thought of, but you were processing. You had to get the information, process it into your language for humor. But then by then, it's already passed you by in a way. It's not that quick response. And you said that to me. You probably said it a lot more sensical than that. But do you still kind of have that? You've opened up some humorously because you have a great sense of humor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Just talk about the language. That's what I mean. Just the language barriers, excuse me, the language struggles, that it's always not just that quick response, because you do have to process whether it's.
There is no more processing. This is my second nature. It used to be that I have to think about this, and it's never think, oh my gosh, I'm going to think 5 minutes to answer, right? It's always like a little bit, delay. Not anymore. Because everybody speaks English, I speak English. Everything is in English. Not anymore. Some words are tricky, 100%.
Did you always have a sense of humor growing up?
I'm very funny.
So as a kid, you were funny?
If I speak in Russian, everybody laughs. Always.
See, that's great. That's part of it. What other challenges have you and your family? What are some of the biggest, I guess, challenges living here on the Outer Banks?
Oh gosh. Believe me or not, I still quite often feel this negativity towards me as I'm an immigrant, because I have an accent and because of my name. So my name is, it's not your regular, I don't know.
It's not Julia,
not
like
Julia
everybody
Smith,
says, or
yes.
whatever.
So I had even some weird situation with my clients who thought it's okay to say something to me just because I'm a foreigner, and maybe because I'm a woman as well. So
I was going to say there's different categories, but you just add one to it.
I have 2 in 1. Yeah. So I feel that for sure. But honestly, it's okay, I guess. There is no, again, we got lucky with a lot of things. Again, we have a different work ethics growing up in different countries. So here, honestly, to make money in the United States is not that hard. It's not that hard.
That is such a great perspective.
All you need to do is to have one skill, any skill. Like, I don't know, selling real estate is a great skill. Maybe you're cleaning surfboards. Maybe you are doing your candles. Maybe you are repairing hot tubs, you see? And you take the skill and you find. As long as you show up, right? you do what you promise to do. That's it.
I need you to talk to my daughter, who's 25. She has many skills.
She needs to go to some countries like Belarus and see.
Well, I do. Not necessarily out of the country, but we encourage them to get out of the Outer Banks, because it is, even here, it's kind of like we're in a bubble here. Like there's not a whole lot of issues. We don't have a whole lot of crime. We don't have, it's a resort area,
Mhm.
and it's we don't have a lot of culture, which
Mhm.
I think leads. If you were in New York, you'd probably have a lot less.
I lived in New
pushback a
York,
little
by the
bit.
way, for almost a year. Horrible.
Compared to the Outer Banks, I
Mhm.
couldn't imagine. But I've been here 30 years. My kids have only been here. Well, now I've got one literally driving. I think he's going to arrive tomorrow in Los Angeles. My
Mhm.
oldest has lived there for about 8 years. So they're going to a place that I would almost describe the same way as New York, really, as far as living. I wouldn't want to live in a big city. It's
Mm-mm.
very different from living here
Mhm.
on the Outer Banks.
It's also why we succeed. I think it's a relationship with money. When we came, my husband and me, literally $100 in the pocket. No matter what, you have to make it. There's no parents baking you up. There's no.
So you
You
just have
have
to
to do it.
figure out the grind.
And it's not hard. Again, it's not hard. It's not hard. But yes,
I'm
definitely.
not sure about the surfboard cleaning
it was an
business. I don't
example.
know how many people are making money cleaning surfboards, but making. You're not a surfer, I take it.
What?
You're not a surfer, I take it.
No. Yeah, I'm not.
What do you and your husband, your family, we're on the Outer Banks. We talk about it all the time on this podcast. What an awesome place we live. I mean, I surf all the time. Went fishing earlier this week with my nephew. What do you guys like to do? If you have a day off? Everybody has a day off.
Mhm.
What is your favorite thing to do in the summertime?
So we do like to ride our bikes, and we live on the west side of Kill Devil Hills. So from there you can ride to anywhere. Basically, we can ride to Knoxhead Woods. We go to Memorial all the time. And again, two small kids, you have to wear them out somehow. We don't go to the beach much. We like to go to the beach in Corolla, just because it's not as how can I say?
It's very it's flat.
It's flat.
Basically.
Yes.
That's why we don't surf there a lot, because it's so gradual. The beach going out,
But
the
it's
kids
perfect
can
for
be
the
way
kids.
out in the water.
Yeah.
It is. It's an awesome beach.
Yes.
Most of Corolla. Do you go to the 4x4 or do you just go?
Sometimes after they start doing this parking thing,
Oh, you need a permit?
you have to permit. So not much anymore. But Corolla has a lot of public beach accesses. So beach not in our list, if it's unless it's like, I don't know, perfect weather. Anyway, kayaking. I start enjoying that. What else we do? Just hang out. We have a pool at the house.
How about food? Like favorite places to eat, and I also want to talk about the differences in the food growing up culturally. How I know it's just much more unhealthy, I would assume, just with the United States.
It's a
in general.
choice. You can be healthy and unhealthy. It's your choice. It's not like there isn't have to eat the bad food, right? So in my country, everything's super simple. And because of the history of this Belarus being very poor, a lot of dishes are around very cheap products like potato, cabbage, and things like that.
What is the name of that dish that you make that we've talked about at work?
It's a buckwheat. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that called?
It's just it's one of the it's buckwheat. Buckwheat. It's
Oh,
kind of in the healthy industry that people know that. Not you though. It still is a lot.
Everything changes, but yes.
Yeah. And here it's a lot of choices for sure. And I gained weight the first summer because everything so sweet, same time so salty. It was crazy. I couldn't eat ice cream for like maybe 5 years. I kid you not. It was after I came here, I tried the ice cream. I said, no way I'm going to eat it. 5 years, I did not touch it. It was too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Hot dogs, so salty. Okay now, after 15 years.
What, do you cook a lot, or do you have favorite restaurants here? Do you guys go to? It's hard in the summer, especially with kids.
So yeah, the kids is the problem.
They are the problem.
When it comes to the restaurant. I like steamers a lot.
Oh yeah.
I do. We go to Fish Heads, of course, just for the vibe. Mexican place all the time because quesadillas, this is there.
Yep. Do you have a favorite? 3 Tequilas or any of
Plaza
them? Plaza.
forever. Plaza is forever.
Fish Heads is the place. It's on the pier. It's one of the. We used to have like 3 or 4 the same, like Kitty Hawk Pier, and you could eat, and Nag's Head Pier. But now, and it's just so far away. But it's the best. It's a great atmosphere.
Yes, we used to go there every Monday before kids. Every Monday we had a day off from our jobs, and we went there every Monday. Like, it was awesome.
So real estate, you've been in real estate. You're doing well. I love what you do on social media. We've talked several times about your social media. I keep telling you need to let your personality show. And you've started doing that more and more, I think, because it's tough. Posting social media, it's something we all should do, but it's very few, especially here.
This is social media as well.
I realize that. I'm trying.
Yeah, well,
but I get to talk to people, which I like better. Do you like doing the social media? Because you've done great. You have a good presence, and your humor.
I don't like it.
Really?
It's too much. It's a job, literally. I mean, no wonder there's people doing this full time, because you have to think about this, you have to edit, and I don't know, you have to put some meaning behind it, you have to film it, and then you don't like it, they have to refilm it, and I did it a lot, maybe 3 years ago. This year, I'm slacking. It's not, and it's also why I'm doing this, to bring the buyers in or sellers, or just like a face recognition. You know what I mean?
I think it's just to get to know who you are, let your personality show some. We talked before this podcast, and you asked, if it's no good, do we get to get rid of it? And I kind of didn't answer you, because no, you can't go back and edit it. You can't do it again. I think that's the key to social media. You just got to do it. And even if you think it's horrible, you put it out there. But because I think it's good. I think everything you do is really good. I have noticed you haven't done as much this year, I guess. So we're going to make a commitment to do more.
Maybe.
Hold you to all these listeners out there.
Yes. All 50.
Look out. Hopefully it's more. But yes, all 50. So in the real estate market, where do you see it going? We've had a little bit of slowdown, certainly this year. There's so much talk on the national scene. Interest rates are actually not bad. I mean, they didn't come down with the Fed, but the mortgage rate came down a little bit. Where do you see the last half of the year? What do you see working on the Outer Banks, and what do you see being slow, maybe?
Slow for sure. That's what I think. First of all, historically, it's a slower period of time. So, October, November, December, it's kind of that. No one wants to shop for the beach house during the Thanksgiving, unless it's a deal, of course. I think what's happened is the 2024 elections and the whole uncertainty about the future. And again, Outer Banks is desired-based market. So people do not need to buy here. It's just the desire. So, it's not like the must in terms of whatever move or, the job thing. It's just enjoyment, maybe investment, so people are holding on to their cash for sure. It's been slower, and I think it's going to be the same slow. I don't see prices going down I don't think so.
One of the unique aspects of our market, like you said, people don't have to buy, and they also don't have to sell for the most part, and especially now when they're in 3%, even lower, some people, 4%, interest rates. They don't really want to sell and buy somewhere else, or even buy here as much, because it's 6.5 near 7. The interest rates are so much higher. So we're in that weird space where they don't have to sell, they don't have to buy. But I do think we're going to see opportunities because of that. Maybe not quite as many buyers, and you might even get some of those $400,000 houses back. It's getting closer. That's a tough one. Are you still looking?
Always looking, but I'm kind of tired of managing.
Do you manage the houses yourself?
I do. And I love that until something happens, and it's a job again. It's a job. So I'm looking forward for more investments. I'm not looking forward to manage them. If that makes sense.
It does. It's tough. A lot of people, I think Airbnb and just rental management in general, Lynn and I talked about that. I think maybe on the episode that's out right now, just how it's gotten more difficult. You got to really put more time into it. You got to be a little bit more aggressive. You have to stay on top of things, whether it's a big rental company or individuals managing it. So it isn't as easy. I think a lot of those people might be looking to go year round, or some of the changes
if they can
gradually.
if they can, because if the interest rate's high and the mortgage high, can
You
you
can't
get
cover
a
it.
bed? You cannot
Right.
cover.
It's
So-
tough. Well, where do people find you? If they want to use you real estate? They want that analytical professional buyer's agent. Where do they go?
They can call me. They can find me online, Google page. I have my website, of course. I'm with Kove Banker Seaside Realty and their Kitty Hawk office. And yeah.
What grade are your kids going into?
Third in K. So
Oh, you have a young one.
yes,
That young.
just got 5 years old in May. And yes, they go into this dual language thing, both of them. So it's going to be interesting. So yeah.
Do they speak other languages? I meant to ask that.
So my oldest, he does understand Russian. He doesn't speak because English is so easy. It's way easier than Russian. My youngest is he understands words, but if I start like talking, he probably wouldn't get it. So yeah, I wish I kind of push them.
My brother lives in California, married to Japanese, beautiful woman, and their son would never speak Japanese. Like but then in high school, I think, maybe I have the timing wrong, but he got into it later and wishes, because they go to Japan a lot, and he really wished, and they wish they pushed him a little bit more. I do think he's got a pretty proficient, but not fluent by any means, not even close, I don't think. So
I'm
it
trying
is
to
tough.
It is, but I'm trying to convince my kids that Russian could be the secret language. We can like talk about people somewhere in like lines.
Secret language.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. Well, thank you very much.
You're
Loved
very
having you on. I know I've been asking you forever.
Mhm.
Just got to get that personality out there, right?
Yes. You're
All right.
welcome.
Right. Thanks.